Good day to all. Good day to all. This is Nurturing Our Humanity. And I just kind of want to come off the cuff with this one. First of all, 2 days ago was the anniversary, 6 years we lost my man Nip. I'll get to that a little bit more at the end. But just want to share a little personal experience today. I don't know where this will go, how this live will set up, but most importantly is just to continue to vent, conversate, and get the subjects out. So, becoming a content creator means creating content. So, um, first of all, um, dementia has it is of course it's going to be different for everybody, but it has shown me a nice outpouring of love for my loved one. Um, and that's been amazing to see and be a part of. And, I was very busy today with a lot of preparation, removing rugs and just getting things prepared and set up for my mom to be very comfortable and hopefully safe and to be able to have, an extended stay at home and out of the hospital and things like that. I have great appreciation for my family, extended as well. And yeah, just the outpouring of that. But what I want to get to really is, a moment of clarity I got. And, that moment of clarity was an experience I had with my mom today. And, she was having a really tough time with it and trying to get answers and, trying to figure out stuff that was, I would say, beyond her reckoning. But it's very interesting. It's hard to even explain how it happened and how it fully happened, but it turned into a very beautiful moment. And my mom hadn't had dinner yet, and starting to get a little late. And I just kind of took her by the hand and just walked her down to the kitchen and told her, "Let's go on and do this," and pulled her out something to eat that I was already ready for her, warmed it up. She was eating. She was still kind of confused and going through some stuff, but she was eating, and that moment turned into, oh man, I mean, a good hour, I would say. And I was able to get some audio of a good piece of it, but the beginning of it was just so organic and cool and beautiful. And, I was able to really be myself with her and, use some profanity and have some fun with her and, um, just really make a moment. And, that was really cool. It's priceless, Um, but the eye-opening moment for me was just sitting with her and talking and letting her speak and get her thoughts out and interacting with her and you know um, literally watching her symptoms and things start to subside and reduce, and her smiling and finding some clarity and appreciating the understanding and the patience, and us just really having a good moment with it and doing some laughing. And it's still full of its challenges, but it was inspirational in a way that I believe is going to really resonate with me and hopefully allow me to tap into this more and do more of this. Um, yeah, it was a good moment. And you know, just capped it off. But it was going so good, so smooth. She started really and it was interesting because she was sharing with me the struggle that she was having trying to find clarity, and how it was confusing, and it was just interesting. But just to go through that with her and be in that moment with her. And I got my yellow lights on for my mom. That's her favorite color. And yeah, I just wanted to allow some of my personal life, personal, I would say, struggles, but even this was a victory. It was a great moment. Um, but this day started with a breakfast with my mom, and that went really well. That was going really good. And like I said, the day has its ups and downs and its bumps, but it was a real great comeback. Um, for it to turn around that way. And, she ended up having the meal that she needed and all that. And it's interesting because, dementia is such a strong swear of the mind that, someone can even forget that they're hungry or thirsty or things like that. So, in this moment, I was having multiple aha moments that were just telling me that, leadership is not, uh, telling her the right thing, but actually showing her and doing it in a very compassionate way. So it was a great moment. And I just wanted to make sure that I put some of that out, in my personal Wednesday blogs. And I just wanted to make sure I shared some of that. I'm sure in years to come, this will be something interesting to look back on. Um, time is precious. And I just really could feel myself grounding and being in the moment. And that's special. It's special with friends. It's special with many people. And yeah, it's just awesome stuff. So I want to make sure that um, I come back and speak to 6 years ago, 2 days ago, which was the day when my buddy Ermias Joseph Ashkadam, also known as Nipsey Hussle, was taken out. And it's really interesting that his name is popping up in the news a lot, not just because of that anniversary, but because of some recent incarcerations and things as well. I've had some people ask me, like, how do I feel about this and that, folks that aren't in the LA area that ask me, like, like, what do you think about that and this and that? I'm like, I'm not no more connected to it than you are. It's a YouTube situation to me. It's something that I pay attention to on that level. And I mean, I never met the gentleman. I never been in the same room with him, but my connection with him is very organic because even though I've had access to his music and actually had quite a bit of his music, I wasn't listening to him. And after hearing him and really seeing his intellect shine in interviews, I really dug into his music that at that point and became a really good, solid fan of his for probably 4 or 5 years of his life until it was taken. Maybe, yeah, about 3 to 4 years or something like that. Um, and I didn't know how special that that was, or how close my connection with him was, until when he passed. I had about 3 or 4 different people like ask me, like, man, are you good? I know you really was, I didn't know how much I was encouraging people to listen to his interviews and his intellect and things like that. But apparently I was doing a lot more of it than I was aware of, because a few people actually thought about me when they heard about him passing. So, shots up to the man, Nip Hustle. Let me see. Maybe I could put a little more, shine a little more light on that situation so we can see his face a little better back there. Okay. But yeah, my guy Nip. And anyway, I just wanted to wrap it up with that. Let me read my comment. Let me not act like I'm not doing a live video. Appreciate my viewer. I really appreciate my viewer. I know you actually have not only liked and subscribed, but you definitely hit the bell because you get notifications and you make sure that I know that that is working. So I appreciate that, my brother. Um, Good work on the preparation for mom. It's nice to hear about your mom. Today it was sad to hear about Val Kilmer had passed. Yeah, it's interesting that, Val did a movie. I'm sure it was the last movie he did, but he was really under those conditions really bad in that movie. His real life conditions. He couldn't shake him in that movie, but he actually played that role out. I think he was replaying anyway, I forget which movie that was, but anyway, he was really playing it under the duress of what he's succumbed to. Um, but yeah, you guys, health is wealth. And yeah, I just wanted to put a little piece of my mom into this one. Um, everybody has different and unique relationships with their mom. And, please nobody. That's right. It was Maverick Top Gun. Got you. Um, but everybody has different relationships, and it's interesting how people try to cast their relationship with people onto you. Like everybody think they spoke like, how you don't love your mama like I love my mama or stuff like that. But everybody has a different mama. Everybody's had different situations and things that the way they see those relationships, everybody's had a different relationship with every single thing. Almost every word that you think you're using with other people, it was different for you. Um, but I do want to give my mom the props and respect she deserves. And it was just amazing to have a moment with her and also to capture some of that moment because, who knows, in 3, 5, 10 years, that audio will be worth so much more to the soul. So I hope, you guys are thinking about using technology to your advantage in ways that people before us couldn't do. So, we can talk about it all day, but we're living in an amazing future that has ups and downs, pros and cons, but use the pros, own it, make it yours, do your thing. And most of all, live in the moment and be part of the moment and tell the people you love them at the right times. And, make this stuff matter. Okay. Because this is the most precious resource we have, which is our time. So don't waste it not telling people something that, that you would almost give everything to make sure they know later on. Okay. So anyway, y'all, or my Nurturing for Humanity group, I'm going to get up out of here. But, I'm staying on track with my Wednesday lives because this is what I do. And anyway, I appreciate it. All right. So thank you for sharing this resource with me. I hope you guys made it to the end of it. And, check it out. All right. With that, I'm going to sign off. This was another Wednesday. Peace.